Look at all this loot! DJ, none for you! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I am a shameless fan of getting free stuff, especially free tactical stuff that actually fits a role that I'm looking to fill. What we have here is the latest in Yakeda chest rigs, as sent to me by Tactical X-Men. Link will, of course, be in the description. I'm going to go over a brief overview of the features. Hopefully I can keep it under 5 minutes, and then there shall be some modeling, maybe even some running about, but I make no promises on the running about. Right, let's take a look at it. So, it is, as I said, a chest rig. It does not have any kind of a back plate. It's just essentially a front panel of molly, sort of a combat cummerbund, if you will, and is therefore very lightweight, and you can easily wear, say, an orange shirt underneath and keep the color palette that we like here in Nerf. Not quite so much black tactical, and I do appreciate that. It does come with 2 sets of doubled pouches, so these are double mag pouches, and they're a little bit smaller than AA pouches, so they won't fit some things, but they will fit pretty much all of the major Nerf magazines. It'll actually fit the Worker 40s pretty much perfectly. It's a little tight getting them in because it's an exact fit, basically. Here we go. But once it's in, it is solidly in there, and it comes out perfectly fine. So that is lovely. It will fit a single standard magazine like our Worker 22s, but it'll only fit the one. But it is, again, because there's an elastic strap here, it's nice and tight. It's not going to fall out. I do like that. It will, of course, also fit Talon magazines. If you put a single one in, it's a little loose. It would fall out if you did, say, a somersault. But once you start putting more in, they held each other in nicely. They will hold up to 3 side by side that way, if that is the orientation you like, but I discovered it'll also fit 3 side by side this way. And it will stretch to fit, and is really kind of cool. So, whichever orientation you like your magazines, it will fit a bunch of them. They are mollied, so you can rearrange them as you see fit. The flaps are completely removable. They are just held in with Velcro, so you can take this flap off entirely if you don't want it. You can tuck it in through this loop and just have it there to, make things a little bit tighter. There's also an additional strap here. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. I think it's so if you tuck that in, you can still have a smaller retention strap. That's my guess anyway. But it's a bit of webbing with Velcro on it. I'm sure you can find a use for that. The flap being removable means you can actually make it taller, so if you wanted to run, maybe 10 or 12 round magazines, you could probably still have the flap close over it, even though they're fairly large, which is pretty cool. So, pouches. Over here we have something I didn't know existed and did not realize I needed in my life. This is a folding dump pouch, and I dig it. It's quite large. It will fit many a magazine, or darts, or MacGuffins, or whatever, but it folds up and is very compact and not flapping about, and I dig that. On the other side, we have just a standard large pouch. Again, molly on the back side, molly on here, so you can attach things to it, and it doesn't have any kind of interior pouches. It's just a pouch. You could put snacks, darts, MacGuffins, grenades, whatever you wanted, you could fit in there. And I like that. You can rearrange all of those items. They're all molly, so it's just a big panel of molly, and you can put stuff wherever you want. They then also provide a pistol magazine pouch, again, a double. And these will fit Talon mags, but not particularly well. It's a struggle to get them in there. You can. The chance of you mangling your darts is definitely not zero, but they will fit, and it's a very snug fit. They're not going to fall out. Though if you put longer ones, there's not a whole lot of material holding them in, but the smaller ones fit just fine. Now, smaller magazines, like Nightingale magazines, obviously fit better, though they're even a little bit loose. They will actually fall out. I wonder how a Desert Pigeon mag will fit. See, that's the perfect fit. So these fit Desert Pigeon, which probably means they fit katanas very, very well. So, be aware of that, I suppose. But again, it's moly, so you can put it wherever you want. I assume the flap is probably also removable like the other ones. Maybe not. No, doesn't appear to be. Oh no, it is. We take all of that extra material out. There we go. Now it fits. Now it fits Talons much, much nicer. Yeah. That made all the difference. So, these will fit Talons nicely, and they fit the 10s really nicely. I may actually incorporate that. The other option is, of course, you could use this for holding, say, a multi-tool, screwdrivers, or extra batteries. That's actually what I do with some of these really small pistol mags, is I actually use them for battery holders. So there you have that. Now there is one last nifty feature, in addition to the fact that the straps are all held on with quick releases and you could take it off and maybe have attached this combat cummerbund to something else. There is in fact an upper chest plate of sorts that flips out of this little pouch. And now you actually have a bit that would cover your upper chest if you wanted. It has an admin pouch on it with a big patch of Velcro for putting patches or whatever you want on there. It does have another pistol magazine pouch if you really want. Or again, you could put multi-tool or extra batteries or whatever. That's all attached to this panel here. There's a small pouch here, a Velcro closed pouch here, a couple of loops here, I assume for holding pens. That would hold a pen in nicely and look really cool. And it's moly attached, so you could take it off and you could put other mag pouches on there or whatever you wanted. But if you wanted something to cover your chest, you could. It's got a couple of straps here on D-rings that come up and loop, and that's what holds it up. And so, yeah, now it looks a little bit more like a traditional vest, if that's what you're going for, or you can flip it down. Either way. Anyway, I really like it. It's a lightweight rig, and again, like I said, because it doesn't cover a whole lot, you can wear, say, an orange shirt with it, or a bright colored shirt, and it would show it off and not be quite so, you know, swattish looking. Let's model it. I want to model it. I'm going to fill it with some stuff, and we'll see how it looks. How'd I look? Fetching? Is it me? What do you think? I dig it. So I theorized that you could get smaller magazines and actually have the flap cover them, and I was right. I got some 10-round curve mags in there. Obviously we've got our 20s, which are lovely. Got the 10-round Talons there. I've got my pouch here, dump pouch over here. Definitely not the configuration I would actually use. This is just kind of how it came out of the package. I would move this to a belt and have it back here out of the way. I probably would do the same thing with this pouch, maybe. We would see, depending on what loadout I was going with. But I definitely like it. I like that it doesn't cover very much. It's very lightweight, lots of freedom of movement, doesn't get in the way, shows off my shirt. I dig that. And it's got D-rings here for hooking up a sling, if you're going to be running something that you want on a sling. Convenient D-rings on either side. And yeah, very adjustable. There's lots of straps that can be tightened and loosened and all of that to make it fit whatever size is necessary. And then of course we have our optional chest section that simply pops up and folds out, hooks onto these D-rings. And now we have a slightly more traditional looking vest, I suppose. If you really wanted that. Place to put patches, place to put whatever. Up to you. Maybe you want your tender bits covered, though the straps kind of cover those. Anyway, yeah, I like it. I will definitely have to adjust it some bit, maybe do some different pouches, add pouches, remove pouches, move pouches around, figure it out. Probably gonna run it, like I said, without this, just because I like the low profile look, and that's real easy to just tuck back in there. A little more cumbersome when you're wearing it, but yeah, there you have it. Let me know what you guys think. Link to it will of course be in the description. My thanks to Tactical X-Men for sending it over. By all means, go to tacticalxmen.com, take a look at whatever they've got, and let me know if there's anything you would like me to review, and I'll ask if they're willing to send one, and we'll take a look at it. Thank you for watching. Now, for the running about.